Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Henry Higgins and it's time for another music review. This time of Not Like This. It's the latest album from Kate Nix and it was released on Halloween earlier in the week, with yours truly being lucky enough to virtually attend the launch party. That was via Twitch. It was in front of a live audience and it was absolutely fantastic. However, now that the fervour of the launch party has subsided and I've had time to listen to the tracks, what are my thoughts? Transition! At 8 tracks, with all of them being under 4 minutes and more than half of them under 3 minutes, nothing on the album overstays its welcome, and the LP itself zips along at a fantastic pace. Opening with a cover of Sabotage, in my opinion, was an inspired idea, as it allows people to be familiar with the song itself while becoming familiar with Kate's style and style of delivery. All the other tracks are originals written by Kate herself, with the exception of the rap on track 7, which we will get to. She also recorded, mixed and mastered the album herself in her own home studio. It's a real passion project, a real labour of love, a real putting everything into something and delivering. Now, the first original song on the album is called If You Think This Song's About You. It is, and it's a jaunty summer beach sounding track that betrays the lyrics being sung, and they are being sung with righteous venom. While the next one, Green Monster, is a collaboration with Unwoman, who I had never heard of until this album came out, but I have checked out some of her stuff recently, and it is absolutely fantastic as well. And Green Monster is a story of someone suffocating themselves with jealousy and putting into words how they feel, even though they are equally as talented, equally as attractive as the focus of said jealousy. It also has a chorus that immediately grabs you like a vice and stays with you. Trust me, you will catch yourself just randomly singing this to yourself constantly. The fourth track is called I Don't Want to Be an Artist, and it's a little bit of whimsy over lyrics about the pitfalls of being an artist and the hardships of pursuing a career in the entertainment industry. That leads on to the fifth song on the album, which features a guest appearance by S.J. Tucker, and that is called Marching Song. And it's defiant in the pitfalls of what you've just heard with being an artist. And it's a real call to arms for those who keep going when everything is telling them to stop. Heading into the final third of the album, we have the sixth track, which is called Underrated. And for me, this is the standout on the album. It's a full-on introspection by Kate on what it feels like to put your all into your passion, to make it your career, and for it to always seem like an uphill struggle. It's like you're Sisyphus rolling a boulder up the hill, but the hill never ends. The penultimate track is called Consider Current Circumstances, and again, this is all my opinion, it smartly switches back to joviality, a more jovial Kate, alongside Schaefer the Dark Lord, and it gives us a funky number with some sweet raps thrown in to mix it up. Then the album comes to a close with possibly the most raw emotionally Kate has been. Again, this is my opinion, and in my opinion, Family Crest just shades make waves in the emotional output stakes, and the music itself is enchanting and soothing, while the lyrics speak of a woman who looks back at her family, her history with them, and forgiving them for being who they are and who they were, while also cutting herself free from any burdens and their legacy. It really is the perfect way to close out this album. All in all, Not Like This is exactly how this should be done. 8 tracks, each one telling its own story, multiple styles that really show off Kate's ability as a songwriter, as a composer, as a musician. And because of that, this gets the full 5 microphones out of 5. Before we go, some of you may have noticed the table behind me, strategically placed to fill the void on the screen now. And yes, these are wrapped Christmas presents. I'm ahead of the curve this year and all the required presents have been purchased and wrapped. And that segues nicely into me letting you know that Not Like This will make the perfect present for the music lover in your family. A link will be in the description for you to be able to head over to BANDCAMP and get you and yours a digital copy of the album. While you're there, you can also purchase the entire discography, which is like 9 albums, various compilations, singles, for under $25. Not only that, by purchasing this at BANDCAMP, you get 5 bonus tracks, a lyrics booklet, PDF format, and the mobile desktop wallpapers featuring photos by Chad Harnish of Kate in various locales, which you can see here. Before we do call time on the video though, one thing I love to do is listen to a song and then picture a movie scene in my head that would fit it perfectly. So let's give it a go with these ones. Now, Sabotage has been used in many movies, so a bit of a cheat with that one. For me, Kate's version would be perfect to soundtrack a montage of undercover successes in a 21 Jump Street style movie. If you think this song's about you, it is. For me, would just fit perfectly. It would not be out of place at all on the Josie and the Pussycat soundtrack. And in the movie, it would be them singing towards the end of the film about those who tried to control them but couldn't. Green Monster, this one I had a bit of fun with, and I think it would be amazing to have a scene where a sorceress is crafting a spell to remove a rival from the board. Someone she sees as so on high, yet she is equal with them. Meanwhile, I Don't Want to Be an Artist takes us way back in time, and this to me absolutely is a song that would be sung by a female lead in one of the 1950s MGM musical comedies, Bing Crosby and such like. It would absolutely belong in there. With marching song, you can't go anywhere but with marching. So for me, it's a montage of a marching group of soldiers who are joined by more and more on their journey until they are a heaving throng as the track fades and the battle begins. Underrated, again, my standout track of the album was an easy one to place. It would 100% make the Empire Records soundtrack. It's the song that would play over the scene where everyone is fallen out, everyone is on their own contemplating their situations, but are coming back together to damn the man and save the Empire. The penultimate track on the album, Consider Current Circumstances, I had a good think about this one. There was a number of different places I was going to put it. But for me, I think it would be fantastic in a kid-friendly horror comedy. Maybe even an animated one where ghosts are scaring kids who ignored the local warnings, the local legend, and entered the haunted house. And now the ghosts get to play. And lastly, for this little section, and I appreciate you for sticking with me, Family Crest. Now this is a hard one because it's as I mentioned in the review of the album itself, it's a very emotionally raw song. And for that, I would have to be in a movie with a lot of raw emotion on show. But this feels like the culmination of that story. So for me, having packed up her truck with whatever she could fit in there, a woman has found her inner strength and drives away from her abusive family and on to her new life without them as the credits roll. And that's my thoughts on the album. That's my thoughts on where it would fit in the movies, because as you know, I'm a movie lover. 5 microphones out of 5, as I said. So go get your copy, and before you do that though, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a fantastic day. I will see you on the next video.